ABC News is now projecting Joe Biden will win the key state of Michigan. That state has gone to Democrats in the past, but it famously went to Donald Trump 4 years ago. Again, ABC News now projecting Joe Biden has won the state of Michigan. And ABC News Deputy Political Director Mary Alice Parks joins us now for a look at what this means. Mary Alice, how big of a win is Michigan for Joe Biden, and what does that do for the map right now?
Yeah, this is huge for Joe Biden, a pretty big blow to the president, really narrowing his possible path to 270. Look, Joe Biden's team had said all day they felt confident about the state, and his numbers were trending up there. Every time more of that mailed-in vote was counted, his numbers went up. You know, this was something we talked about as a possible just reality of the count there in these Midwestern states. For weeks, we knew that a number of these states would not be counting that mail-in vote until Election Day. We knew that that mail-in vote was very likely to skew Democrat, and that's really what we saw. You know, the mail-in vote came from an early absentee vote came from those big Democratic cities, and it was enough to put him over the edge. You know, interesting here is going to be the margin. Right now, if the margin that we're seeing were to hold, it would be pretty hard for there to be a recount challenge, but that margin could narrow again. So I think there's going to be questions about whether the margin could be close enough to a recount. We're not seeing that yet, but there will be questions about the margins, and obviously the president and his team are going to have to respond about how they see their map now.
And the president and his team have said that they already launched a lawsuit into Michigan, saying they haven't been given what they consider to be the proper access to see the vote counts. What do we know about that lawsuit right now?
Not a lot. I haven't seen it. I haven't read it yet. The fact is that it's actually a really transparent process. There were cameras in a lot of the rooms that were just outside a lot of the rooms that were doing the count. You could see some of the poll workers counting the ballots through glass windows. You know, I was pretty surprised at how calm, cool, and collected the elected officials there in Michigan were today. They came out, they gave regular press conferences, they gave regular updates. They were very transparent about where they still had mail-in votes to count. And like I said, this was something they had talked about for weeks. They said if it is tight, every single one of those mailed-in ballots could matter. And they were right in the end. And they had committed to making sure that every vote that was legally cast was counted. And right now it's looking like that's exactly what happened.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.